before we get more into this game, I want to go back because the Niners dumped a bunch of news on Saturday, and I haven't streamed about it. Brandon Aiyuk officially done with the 49ers. He's under contract for next year, but they put him on the reserve left squad list. I didn't know that list existed. And we've talked about Brandon Aiyuk. There's nothing really new here. I just think it's interesting that the 49ers have always framed this as, boy, the ball was in Brandon's court. And he just didn't want to be. We wanted him. He didn't want us. And that's not the case. That's not what I believe. I feel the Niners, they didn't want each other. Let's just be honest. He didn't want to be here, and they didn't want him here. They tried to trade him when he couldn't walk. They didn't want him. And so when they acted like, he missed a rehab assignment in June, so we had to take away his guarantees. No. You wanted to take away his guarantees because you didn't want him on the team anymore because the contract was awful. And so now, so far so good. They're winning without him. Ricky Pearsall stepping up. You have sort of a Brandon Aiyuk replacement in Ricky Pearsall. Who knows? They could win the Super Bowl without Brandon Aiyuk this year, and maybe the fact that he kind of left him for dead and felt like, well, let's see how far you guys make it without me. Maybe that's fueling them. Because it didn't seem like, they all said nice things about him, but essentially Brandon turned his back on them and I think felt like you guys are nothing without me. Well, so far they're really good without him. At least they were today. But if they don't win the Super Bowl, if they score 20 points in a playoff game and lose, if Ricky Pearsall is banged up the rest of the season and his knee bothers him, his ankle bothers him, and he can't play like this again, we're going to go back to this decision because, again, it is not a morality decision. This has nothing to do with Brandon Aiyuk forcing the Niners' hand. This is 100% to do with the Niners wanting to save cash. They thought that Brandon Aiyuk was worth the money for a minute, and then they changed their mind for a lot of reasons. So they saved cash. And I don't root for billionaires to save cash. I root for billionaires to spend cash. And if they can win the Super Bowl without Brandon Aiyuk, if Ricky Pearsall becomes even better than him, then God love you. You guys were smart and way ahead of me on this one. Although better to not nuke the relationship with Brandon. Maybe get ahead of this one, not extend him or trade him before he injures his knee, before you just have a falling out, so you have to cut him. But you know what? It could end up fine. But if Ricky Pearsall is in and out and he can't stay healthy and your offense flounders without Brandon, he bounces back somewhere else where he feels wanted, well, then you look stupid. So there's a reason the Niners buried the news on a Saturday because they didn't want people talking about it. They knew that why'd they do it on the Saturday? Because the next day they were going to blow out the Titans. So there's nothing to talk about. And they knew they were going to give Ricky the ball a lot. I asked Ricky after the game, hey, when you looked at the game plan, did you have a feeling you were going to get the ball a lot? He's like, yeah, actually I did. The 49ers are very good at crafting narratives as they win games. They knew they were going to beat the Titans. It was important how they beat the Titans. You bury Brandon on Saturday and you anoint Ricky on Sunday. Great. All went according to plan today. Now you got 3 games left, one against a grandpa plus playoffs. Let's see if they can keep it going.